Hey, it's Kyler with Follow Hook, and we are talking about ConvertKit. What is ConvertKit? It's an email marketing platform that gives you a lot of tools, including very sophisticated automation. And I'm really excited to have it integrated into the Follow Hook CRM. If you don't have a ConvertKit account, you need to create one of those first, and they have a monthly charge based on your subscriber amount. There is no free plan with ConvertKit. And even though there is a free plan with MailChimp, if you want to use any of MailChimp's automation tools, you have to have a paid plan. So ultimately, it doesn't really matter as far as pricing goes. So go ahead and create your ConvertKit account and rejoin us in this video once that's done. Awesome, you've got your account and you're signed into your dashboard. If you're not, go ahead and sign in at ConvertKit.com. You should see a screen similar to this. So the first thing we want to do is go to your account section. So just hover over your picture, click on it, and then go to Account Settings in the top right. Just plug in your company name and then choose an account domain, which I would just choose either your personal name or your company name, basically whatever you're putting up in the company name field. I would mimic that down here. I'm going to leave the home page setting just at select right now, and I'm going to leave GDPR at don't show to anyone. Next on the left, go to email. Here you want to set your default from address. Basically, whenever you're sending an email from ConvertKit out to your subscribers, this is the default from address that ConvertKit will use. You can also set the days of the week that you want your emails to go out by default. And then you can also set a time of the day and then your time zone. So for example, if you don't want any emails to go out on Sunday, you want to force people to take a break, you can uncheck that day. Pretty straightforward. And you also have to put in your address. This is a legal requirement that you have to do with any type of email marketing provider. And then after the address, you're going to see something here called Validate Your Domain. If you click on that, it's going to give you some information that you need to put in at your DNS registrar. So what is this? Well, all of us are familiar with email spam. It's a big pain. So mail servers out there have implemented different ways to try to cut down on spam. One way they do that is to look at records tied to your domain name. So for example, followhook.com is our domain name. And so mail servers will look at our DNS entries and they'll try to determine whether emails from ConvertKit are allowed with our domain. So if we put these CNAME records in, it's going to tell mail servers, hey, emails coming from ConvertKit, sending for followhook.com, those are okay. And then that means the chances of them getting blocked or marked as spam when they're sent to your people go way down. So how do you do this exactly? Every DNS registrar is a little different. I'm going to sign into one that I use here. And you can see if I scroll down to the CNAME area, you'll see the records here that ConvertKit wanted me to put in. All I would do is click Add a CNAME record, put in the host name, which is the first one, and then put in the value. Now, a little word of warning. At the time of recording this lesson, if you use the little copy feature from ConvertKit, they're pulling in a period at the end of the value, and that doesn't work. It needs to end without the period. So if I were to click copy and then go over here and paste it in, I need to remove that period before I try to save it. Now if I click save, that's going to save. I've already done that, so I'm not going to save it again. Once you've put those values in your DNS, you have to wait a little bit because registrars take a while to update their records. So you'll probably need to sign into your account later, maybe the next day, and then click this validate button. After you click the validate button, it's going to look at your DNS and validate these records. And again, if it gives you an error message, just wait a day and try it again. And then on the bottom under advanced, the add subscriber ID parameter, I'm leaving that unchecked for now, but chances are we're going to integrate this with some features in Follow Hook. So in the future, we might have you check this. But right now, I'm going to leave it unchecked and just click Save Settings. Okay, with that saved, up on the top right, you're going to see email templates. Go ahead and click on that. By default, ConvertKit gives you a text-only, classic, and modern email template. So let me talk about this briefly. If you're used to something like MailChimp, you're used to creating graphical, pretty emails where you can add background colors and images and all this stuff very easily. ConvertKit takes a different approach. They encourage you to use more of a text-based email because that's what people are used to getting from other people in their inbox. Think about it. When you look at your inbox and you get an email from a company, it might look pretty, but you know it's a marketing email. Often you're just deleting those without really looking at them. And I'm not saying they don't work. I use them sometimes. But if you look at experienced marketers out there, a lot of them are using text-only emails, which is similar to what you would receive from a friend. It's more personal, and chances are you might get better open rates and read rates if you do it that way. So that's the model that ConvertKit has embraced. Now we have another lesson where we're going to go into creating your own email template, and you can jazz that up as much as you want. But for now, I just have the classic email template selected. And these templates don't look a lot different. There's just very subtle styling changes to them that you can see if you send yourself test email messages. And I'll show you how to do that in another lesson when we're talking about building a sequence. And that really wraps the basic setup of your ConvertKit account. So I'll see you in the next lesson where we talk about setting up sequences and we start getting into the meat of using ConvertKit. Hey, thank you for being a Follow Hook Pro customer. We really appreciate you, and we hope these lessons help you be successful in your customer strategies. See you soon.